Silvergate taps out and the SEC gets punched out. Those articles and more today on OG Crypto and NFTs. Welcome everyone. My name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest news in digital assets as well as non-fungible NFT tokens. Boom. Before we jump into anything, do me a favor, and you're not getting punched out, but I got punched out. But if you're not getting punched out, do me a favor, tap subscribe button. It really helps us out. Let's jump right into it. Minutes ago, crypto bank Silvergate just taps out, literally announces voluntary liquidation. Are you kidding me? This is a huge blow to the industry. No more crypto-only bank. It's not happening. So the bank revealed last Wednesday it would have to delay filing its 10K report due to questions from its auditors. Yes, what they're doing is they were trying to figure out how they could stay afloat. They were looking for extra funding, which they never received. And with all that being said, they just are sinking ship, and now everyone's jumping off of it and just trying to go ahead and divide out what is owed and what they're going to scalp off this thing. This is going to be fairly crazy to take apart piece by piece, but it's going to happen, and we're going to see a lot of implications out there. Binance is going to be hit pretty hard. I think the exchange is going to hit pretty hard because this was a big way that they used to offload debt and then bring debt right back on because they had some big players moving around their bags. All right, let's jump on the next one. This is very, very concerning here. It says U.S. government is selling BTC. Now, they haven't actually sold it, but this is something that I need to read because I've seen this, and people in the industry, the insiders, are panicking a little bit until we get a lot more clarity, but we're not going to get it from the U.S. government. So there was a big address out there, and they moved 49,000 Bitcoin out of it, in which they put it into two different one custodian wallet, and then they put the other to Coinbase. They put 39,175 into another wallet, and then into two different wallets, but they put 9,826 BC Bitcoin into Coinbase. Is the federal government about to sell Bitcoin? This is another blow to the market. Yesterday, we reported that on March 10th, everyone who was dealing with Mt. Gox had to have their information in on what they wanted to do with their assets that were sitting there since the issue that they had many, many years ago. So that is about ready to hit the market this month. Now we're looking at the federal government. The third largest holder of Bitcoin is about ready to dump 10,000 Bitcoin on the market per se. We don't know, but you don't move it to Coinbase because you want people to, you're not bragging about it. You move it to sell it, offload it. Now, is there buyers out there? We don't know, but there's just that's 49,000 Bitcoin. I don't know who can inhale that personally. The only company that has even close to that would be Grayscale. So let's jump over to Grayscale real quick here. This is a tweet from the Chamber of Progress. Now we know Grayscale is in a lawsuit with the SEC. Why are they in the lawsuit with the SEC? Because they want a spot ETF Bitcoin fund out there. They want to be the very first, but the SEC says they will not approve it. And now they're taking the SEC to court to figure out why. And this is very interesting. In this tweet, it goes over several questions that are asked by the Grayscale lawyer and the judge to the SEC lawyer, who really has nothing to say. So let's go listen to the very first part of this real fast. We go hit this.
Why wouldn't it necessarily? What's the delta? Why isn't it always the case that manipulation of the spot market, regardless of what your aim? I mean, you could aim to want to affect the futures ETP on the CME. You could aim to want to affect something else. It's just going to follow like the night follows the day that it affects both, because the futures market, of course, it turns on the spot market.
Well, again, the causal relationship between futures and spot is the key empirical question that we don't know the answer to. It may be that spot leads future and that futures follows, but it may be that futures leads spot. And if depending on which one, that's sort of the key key empirical question.
Okay, so what was being said here? It was being said the future and spot Bitcoin is the same price. Okay, so why is the government saying in their case that it's because of manipulation? Well, if the futures, who's already been approved for Bitcoin, it's going to be just as manipulated as if you had a spot ETF Bitcoin. It doesn't make any difference. You see immediately when asked that question, you know, the SEC lawyer has really no answer. In fact, if you listen to all 3 minutes of this, you're going to see this over and over and over again. They weren't really prepared. They don't know why. That they're not doing. I mean, they use the word manipulation for Bitcoin. It would go for all Bitcoin. It wouldn't go for futures or spot. It's not one or the other. It's for every Bitcoin. And the SEC already approved the futures Bitcoin. So it's very confusing. I think that they're the big bully on the block, SEC. And I've been saying this, but the Ripple case and now Grayscale case, obviously with the Voyager case, same exact thing. And there's another case for the Ethereum case that's in San Diego right now. They thought they can just show up in court and they're the big bad SEC, the federal government, you know, the watchdog out there, the rule enforcer, and that they can get everything taken care of and that the courts will just bow to them regardless of the ridiculous arguments that they make. And this is just another one. It is so funny. I encourage everyone to kind of listen to this because the lawyer really doesn't say anything. It's the same thing. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Bitcoin futures and the price of Bitcoin spot are going to be almost identically the same. They're 99.9% the same. Why would you not approve one and then approve the other? Makes no sense. I think that the SEC is about ready to lose this case and lose it bad. But as we were talking about Voyager, well, boom, here's Eleanor Turret. She is CNBC. She works for CNBC. She's on there. She's fantastic. This is the Voyager Binance. So Binance put the highest bid in for the Voyager. It looks like the Voyager depositors were going to get about 73% of their money back, of their coins back. And the SEC came in a few days ago and said the Voyager token is a security. And so in the middle of the bankruptcy proceeding and just as this whole, marriage was going to get approved, but it just put it just made it completely, confusing to the judge. And so the judge came up and asked the SEC lawyers, well, here, you've had all this time to make a decision on the Voyager coin. And the second that we're about ready to get out of bankruptcy and have, Joe investor on the street get back 73% of his money, you come in and all you're trying to do is stop them from getting the money by calling the Voyager token a security. Well, show me in the past where you called it a security. And this is what it said. It says, and I'll read this, Voyager Binance judge taking SEC to task. Quote, judge says, are you seriously telling me that you haven't provided any clarity and want me to deny this plan because it might be something you think is something? Meaning you just came out of the blue. You gave no clarity about the Voyager coin until the last second here when these people we're going to merge these two companies and the general public is going to get their money back. You come in and you want to stop it. Isn't the SEC supposed to protect the investment public? They're not. That's exactly the opposite of what they've been doing, what they've been saying, and what they've been showing. And the judge then turned around and it says right here, VGX Heroes, judge slamming SEC again. Can we start the litigation today so that you'll have to prove the agency's position? Are you seriously telling? So again, says exact same thing. So he denied the SEC, said, no, you can't come in and just arbitrarily call the Voyager token today after Gary Gensler's been in office for almost 2.5 years. He's calling it today a token. threw the SEC out, threw their argument out, and then went ahead and consummated the Voyager Binance merge. So it looks like that's going through. We're finally seeing money get to the general public, the investment general public. It's not all about VCs and it's not about the SEC. So SEC taking another hit right here. That's 3 so far. They took a hit from the judge on the Ripple case, now the Voyager case, now the Grayscale case. It looks like they're losing everywhere they're in court. The last court case that they had won was the Library case, and Library ran out of money. And I've said it once, if Library would have put this off until after the Ripple case, would have delayed it, just like the SEC's delayed the Ripple case, and would have waited, guess what would have happened? Library, soon as a judge would come out, and it's going to be the next couple of weeks, come out with her verdict, which is the current tokens today are not securities, then Library would still be alive and Library would be kicking. But they had to push it thinking some other judge who knows nothing about crypto would have made a positive decision for him. Bad decision, Library. All right, so let's jump into the final here. It says Amazon NFTs to be tied to real world assets token possible. So I think we talked about this yesterday. Let's go one step further. It looks like Amazon's going to come out with NFTs for their goods, actually. And I think, as we continue to see, businesses out there that continue to go on to Amazon and sell on Amazon's marketplace, Amazon themselves are now competing against them with their own products. And I think they're making those products NFTs. They're also going to probably make, what is Amazon, the shipping, the free shipping? What is their Prime. Amazon Prime is probably going to be that. It's probably have more perks than Amazon Prime. It'll be an NFT just like it. We're seeing the real utility adoption. And I think it's actually called a different word now. It's like fadoption, or it's a different word that people are starting to use now, because it's the evolution of NFTs. They're not going to be just this crazy cartoon animal stuff. We're starting to see real artists now get on here and do NFTs, and now we're seeing real utility. If you're looking at the financial side, you can look at no further than XRP, XDC, XLM. You're looking at Casper Networks, Hedera. They're all doing real work utility, and they have NFTs on their platform. And Amazon is adding to the many brands that are utilizing NFTs for the adoption and for product development and attraction, as well as discounts to get into their brands. Well, thank you guys very much for joining me today. I definitely appreciate it. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, hit that like button. I really would appreciate it. Otherwise, you guys take care, and I will see you tomorrow.